From CBS axing the show because of some good old money problems, to the network simply having too much on their plate already. Here's the real reason NCIS Los Angeles ended. 2023 didn't start off great for fans of the show. Earlier in January, the network broke our hearts when they announced that the spin-off would be coming to an end after 14 seasons. Fans were shocked, hurt, angry, and sad all at the same time. They wanted to know why. It's not like the show was struggling with viewers. Mind you, it's the 5th longest running CBS primetime scripted show, and even in its 14th season, NCIS Los Angeles was averaging 6 million viewers per episode. Deadline even said that it's the top scripted program in its Sunday 10 p.m. slot. So why did it have to come to this? Well, CBS didn't give a particular reason behind their decision, but many think that it might have something to do with the network just not having enough funds to go on. It certainly wouldn't be the first time a show has been axed because of financial issues. And when you think about it, CBS is still running NCIS and NCIS Hawaii. Sounds like they've got a lot on their plate and not enough dough in the bank. Deadline confirmed it, saying that a cancellation of a long-running drama with big-name leads filming in LA shouldn't come as a shock given the big price tag. We're already seeing a pattern of networks across the board looking to cut their spending. But still, the news shook the ground beneath the fans' feet. Especially since the cancellation came after the very successful three-way crossover. The episode got very strong ratings from critics and audiences alike, which is why the news blindsided most people. But lead actor LL Cool J decided to make the best of a bad situation. He went on to Instagram to post a tribute to the spin-off and wrote, "This NCIS crossover was a huge success. Thank you to all our millions of fans around the world." Some of our best ratings in years. After 14 seasons, this is the perfect time to end NCIS LA on top of our game. I look forward to continuing my fruitful partnership with CBS. His co-star Chris O'Donnell also joined him and thanked the fans for tuning in every week along with a picture of him and Cool J on set. Eric Christian Olsen wrote, "What a spectacular journey we all shared," along with a BTS photo of his Marty Deeks. Daniela Rua, another original cast member, also expressed her feelings on Instagram. She wrote about how working on the show has been an absolute dream for her. She did have a lot of feelings, but she was saving them for another time. But Daniela let us know that she's grateful for her journey and blessed us with then and now pictures of her on-screen character, Kenzie Bly. Caleb Castile and Medallion Rahimi also posted. Caleb was incredibly sad while Rahimi said how grateful she was for the fans. I gotta say, the cast members took it well for a bunch of people who just lost their jobs. But you know who didn't take it well? Showrunner R. Scott Gemmell and his team. Why, you ask? Well, with the series ending, the pressure was kind of on him to come out with the perfect series finale. In fact, Deadline suspected that the whole point of announcing the finale back in January 2023 was to give Scott and his team the time to work on the finale. Back then, he said he looked forward to delivering an end to the series that's both satisfying and does justice to these beloved characters. And you know what? He did. The series finale was broken down into 2 parts. The first part aired on May 14th, 2023, while the actual finale aired on May 21st, 2023. In the first part, New Beginnings, an ATF agent goes missing, and the agency decides to seek help from the NCIS team to investigate stolen military-grade weapons and find the agent. More importantly, Callan and Anna decided to continue with their wedding plans, while Roundtree's sister interviewed for med school. Unfortunately, things kind of went sideways when the team learned that Agent Carrie Adams was actually corrupt. Naturally, they started to wonder if the rest of the team was on it as well. They try to arrest her at one point, but Adams resists, and then they work together while some team members keep eyes on the rest of the team. I won't bore you with the details because, in the end, the team was able to close the case like always. But there are some things that we need to talk about. Kenzie is pregnant, ladies and gentlemen, and we finally got our wedding. I mean, Anna and Callan did go with the City Hall ceremony, but don't be mistaken, the fandom was still bawling. Also, in case you missed it, Hetty gave Sam and Callan a letter, which led to a trip to Morocco. That letter was a tear-jerker of its own, mind you. I have been blessed with the greatest family one could ever have wished for, and so have you. Excuse me while I wipe my tears. She offered her place in Mykonos to the newlyweds for their honeymoon and 2 tickets to Morocco to Sam and Callan for a suspicious side project. And off they went. To be fair, Gamil would have never given us the pregnancy and the wedding if not for the finale. He said so himself in an interview with TV Line. In fact, the showrunner said that they probably would have prolonged that. Not because he wanted to make us suffer, but because he wanted to focus on it during the next season and really explore what it means to have a baby for 2 people working very dangerous jobs. They were actually working on a storyline with Kilbride and his son. For what it's worth, I'm glad he chose to end things this way. It certainly got a strong reaction from the fandom. One fan admitted how they'll miss the show and will probably be shedding a few tears over it. Another wrote about how they're going to smile because it happened and cry because it's all over. Fans thanked the show for its 14-year run, all the while losing their minds over the pregnancy and the wedding. A fan wrote about how Kenzie and Deke's reaction to finally being pregnant made them tear up. And honestly, same. They tried so much for it and eventually gave up before finally having their happy ending. Others wanted to see pregnant Kenzie and the baby all grown up. Now, while most of the fans were crying and throwing up, others put on their Sherlock hats to see if there was a chance the show could come back. I guess they're still in denial. Anyways, a few people think that the show could come back, given Sam and Callan's secret project in Morocco. They meet up with Nell, surprise, surprise, and other members of the team. The pair needs to work with them to help Hetty, who's gotten herself in some trouble. As the series draws to a close, Nell turns to her team and says, "Are you ready for your next adventure?" With that ending, fans started thinking along the lines of NCIS Morocco, or maybe NCIS International. Now, before you start jumping up and down, I should point out that there's been no word about a spin-off from the higher-ups. R. Scott did shed some light on the ending. In an interview with The Wrap, he explained that the storyline was left open-ended on purpose. As for why did they fly out the guys to Morocco, well, it just seemed like they needed to resolve the storyline about rescuing the team. So maybe we're not getting a spin-off, but honestly, it's too early to say anything at the moment. I should point out, though, that the fans were not the only ones grabbing tissues during the finale. Daniela Rua was in the same boat as us. In fact, if anyone was more excited than the fandom about Kenzie's pregnancy, it was her. In an interview with TV Line, Rua revealed that she was elated because she thinks that these characters deserve everything and more. In her eyes, they're good people who fight for the betterment of the world. She recounted all that Kenzie had gone through, from her childhood troubles to losing her partners to finding the love of her life. The agent has definitely come a long way, and so has Rua. The actress explained how her entire life happened on the show, from meeting her husband David Paul Olsen to making lifelong friends to having kids. That 16-year-old girl from Portugal who wanted to work in Hollywood one day has definitely grown up. It's clear that the show meant something to a lot of people, which is why the cancellation news wasn't easy for anyone. Maybe the network should have canceled another project to make room on its plate. So, from Rua getting all emotional over the series finale to CBS axing the show because of some good old money problems, this was the real reason why NCIS Los Angeles ended.